Reward yourself with an award-winning Cadillac, the most awarded automotive.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, the polar vortex has moved over the Midwest and Northeast. It is beyond cold this morning, and it's only going to get worse as the day goes on. You know, just like the heat can kill, temperatures like this can be equally as deadly. So we're just going to the extreme in another direction. So this came out January 29th, 2019. Parts of Midwest to feel colder than Antarctica this week, with wind chills as low as -6. Here where I am, the wind chills is supposed to be at -7. So not quite as bad, but it's still pretty bad. It's still pretty bad. When you have the wind on top of low temperatures, it's deadly. You can literally die going outside within minutes. So it's best that you keep it moving and go where you need to go. Now, I know some schools have been shut because of these temperatures. You can't have children out in this. It's impossible. So let's get into this, y'all. Extreme cold, record-breaking temperatures are crawling in parts of the Midwest after a powerful snowstorm pounded the regions, and forecasters warn that the frigid weather could be life-threatening. Trust me, it is. It is. You know, they have to get people off of the streets. And as you can see, schools are closed in Minneapolis. There's nothing you can do. And, you know, as far as heat.
Ready, set, go.
Go, boy, go!
In your home, when you go down to temperatures like that, your heating system in your home can barely keep up. In some cases, it can't keep up at all. It just can't. All right, so they canceled classes Wednesday when the region is expected to experience frigidly low temperatures not seen in a quarter of a century. Hundreds of Michigan schools were closed Tuesday, including Detroit, while Chicago public schools canceled Wednesday classes because of the anticipated cold snap. You are talking about frostbite and hypothermia issues very quickly in a matter of minutes, and that's very true. That's why if you don't have to go out, don't go out. Maybe second, said Brian Hurley, a meteorologist with the Weather Prediction Center. Sub-zero temperatures will begin Tuesday, but Wednesday is expected to be the worst. Wind chills in northern Illinois could fall to -55 degrees, -48 degrees Celsius, which the National Weather Service called possibly life-threatening. No, that is life-threatening. It is. Minnesota temperatures could hit -30 degrees with a wind chill of -60, -51 degrees Celsius. So you can see these are not the kind of temperatures you want to be out in for a long period of time. You know, what's really a shame is my son has a friend that's in Chicago. And, you know, it's somebody that lived here in my state and they moved over to Chicago. His mother went there for work. She was told it was mandatory. She had to come into work today. I think that's outrageous for a company to do that to people. But This is the shitty ass environment we're in. Potentially record breaking low temperatures forecast in Milwaukee is negative 28 degrees with a wind chill as low as negative 50. The current record of minus 26 degrees was set in 1996. That's 40 degrees below normal, Hurley said. That is, oh man, that's crazy. Like I said, I'm not looking forward tonight. Here they are forecasting us at 4 degrees. And like I said, with the wind chill factor, -7. So I am not going out tonight. I don't care what anybody say. You won't be luring me outside. Okay. The unusual frigid weather is attributed to a sudden warming far above the North Pole. A blast of warm air from
It's time to drive. It's time to explore. It's time for model year clear.
Misplaced Moroccan heat last month made the normally super chilly air temperatures above the North Pole rapidly increase. The split, right. So what happened was the polar vortex split in 3. That's why this is happening. And it's going to happen over the next several weeks. This is not going to go away anytime soon. It's going to come and go. We may have a few weeks where it's normal, and then all of a sudden these temperatures are going to come in. Now, what is a polar vortex? It is a pocket of extremely bitter cold air that moves from the North Pole over to Canada and the Northeast, and sometimes the Midwest, as you can see, as well. So that's what's happening. Sometimes the polar vortex go all the way down in the Southeast. I've seen years when it would happen that way as well. So it's really weird the way this thing is, but that's pretty much what it is. So that split the polar vortex into pieces, which then started to wander, said, listen to this name, Judah Cohen. Judah, a winter weather expert for atmospheric environmental research. One of those polar vortex pieces is responsible for the sub-zero temperatures across the Midwest this week. The Chicago Zoology Society. So yeah, you can't even keep your dogs and cats outside. So if you have like an outdoor animal, you got to get them in. And it's not unusual because we've had this even in my area. When the temperatures go down too low, some of those zoo animals die. They can't withstand those temperatures. I mean, think about the part of the world that most of these animals come from. They're not used to those kind of temperatures. So if you don't give them the proper shelter and keep them warm, they will succumb to the weather. So to sum this up in a nutshell, everybody do your best to stay warm. These conditions are very dangerous. And in my opinion, where you have those kind of sub temperatures, all of these governors need to declare a state of an emergency. And I really think they need to force people to stay in and stay off of the roads during this kind of a time period when you have extreme weather like this. There are so many things going on in the world, y'all. I can't even begin to tell you a lot. There is one more story I'm going to attach to this one. Give me a moment. I can find it. Okay. Now, this just go to show you, this came out in the Daily Mail, January 29th, 2019. The glaciers are melting so fast and so rapidly, it's actually revealing land that has not been seen for 40,000 years. Melting glacier reveals plants buried in Canadian Arctic for 40,000 years. And I also read some other articles where they're seeing landmass that probably hasn't been seen in centuries. Okay, now being revealed because of all the rapid melting. So there's a lot going on this planet right now. All right, in hottest century for 100,000 years. So rising global temperatures have rapidly unearthed ancient landscapes that spent tens of thousands of years buried under ice. Can you imagine that? You're now seeing landscape in this world that has not been seen for hundreds of thousands of years. You know, in the last days, they said we would see things that we never seen before. And we certainly haven't seen this in our lifetime. No matter what generation you're from, you haven't seen this. A new study on plants collected from 30 ice caps on Canada's Baffin Island suggests that vegetation only recently became exposed after over 40,000 continuous years of ice cover. And this could be the warmest century for the region in 115,000 years. If warming continues at this rate, researchers warn the icy island could be completely ice-free in a matter of centuries. So everything is melting away. The earth is warming up and it's getting hotter. And here you go in the pictures. You see right here where it was covered with ice, and the landscape is now becoming ice-free, and you can now see all of the land. Can you imagine that? It hasn't been seen for over 100,000 years. And you can see the ice cap right here. Wow. I mean, that's amazing. Like I said, I mean, the changes are pretty rapid on this planet right now. It's pretty rapid. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.
Kick off savings right now at Safford of Springfield. New Ram 1500 Warlock 4x4 starting at $33,329 or just $179 a month during Ram Power Days. Our team at Safford of Springfield will save you big. Ram Warlock $179 a month. Score big savings on an all-star lineup at Safford of Springfield. $179.